Hi, my name is Kathy Wade, and I'm the co founder and CEO of Learning Through Art Incorporated. And we're thrilled to be here today to bring you our Books Alive for Kids program, where we make books come alive through sight, sound, and touch. Today, our book is entitled Giraffes Can't Dance by Giles Andre and illustrations by Guy Parker Reese. This is a great story about Gerald the giraffe who finds himself at the jungle dance, ready to really get down on the floor. As he gets up, his legs just don't seem to do what he wants them to do, and so the animals laugh at him. Well, he finds himself in the jungle and he encounters the cricket. And the cricket says to him, Gerald, sometimes you just have to listen to the rhythm in your own heart. And that's exactly what Gerald did. He listened to the rhythm that the cricket played, he found his legs, he found his dances, and the animals came back and cheered him on. So, what is it that Gerald learned? You can do things that you know you want to do and can do when you find the music that you love. So let's talk about what's in our book box for Giraffes Can't Dance. Well, you will find your book, your study guide, enough craft materials for 24 children. You'll also find your vocabulary words full of words from our book. And this year we have included our show pack so that you in your classroom can produce your own production of Giraffes Can't Dance. Being able to utilize those social emotional learning skills with our students makes our classes really vibrant and come alive. So, let's start looking at our training. We're going to set the stage, of course, by continuing to use our I'll Go, I'll Make classroom management tool. I'll go meaning, are you ready to listen? The response being, I may, yes, I am. And anytime you say it, students must fall silent after they say I may so that you can continue. So we continue to use the I'll Go, I'll May to set the stage for Books Alive for Kids. We've also included our themes in this particular book, which you'll see, and we have a student's practice and, of course, our Common Core, which is aligned to the English language arts. So let's go to our first session where we are actually going to read our book, Giraffes Can't Dance. The things that you want to start with is finding out what your students know. So we have a section that's called Show What You Know with questions to just identify where they are before you start the story. Then you read the story to your students, and then you go back and you then ask, now what do you know? Having questions that were based on the story in our book and having them recall exactly the sequence and the activities that happened. Once you do that, then you go to your vocabulary words and have your students practice simple things like finding words or hearing words that they don't know and identifying that word that I don't know that word by raising their hands. Just things like that to really incorporate the vocabulary into the lesson in your classroom. So that's our session one. And we have classroom activities to go along with that. One is on the topic of how not to be a bully, because in some ways the animals teasing Gerald was really bullying Gerald. So we have that in there for you. And then we have a little activity called How I See It, finding out what, if you had the opportunity to talk to Gerald, what would Gerald say? We have our instructional read alouds, which you can do that to build confidence for your children when they read the book aloud. Then there's vocabulary detectives, as I said, raising the hand when you hear a word that you don't know in the story. And then there's, of course, our reader's theater, which we're going to talk about even more when we show you our new show pack. That's our first session, reading that book, immersing ourselves in the story of Giraffes Can't Dance. And now, let's take a look at the craft that comes with Giraffes Can't Dance in session two. Hi, we're back again, and this is our second session, our craft session, and we're joined by our great program manager, Nina Parr, who does a wonderful job coming up with these great crafts that help to make our book continue to come alive. So, Nina Parr, what do we have today?
Today we're going to make Gerald the giraffe, and everyone's going to make their own.
Okay.
You'll see in your book boxes, you'll have 24 of these yellow giraffes.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is take our orange and brown paper. We're going to take our orange yarn or any kind of yarn that's included and our googly eyes and make our own giraffe. So we can start by, we're going to put a little line of glue down the back of Gerald all the way to his tail, and we're using wet glue. That's just going to be the easier option for this yarn in particular, but you can use glue sticks if you want to.
Oh, okay.
So we just trace the back of Gerald, and then we can lay the yarn right on top of that glue.
Oh, wow. Now, do I just let it lay there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You can just let it lay there.
Can I open up his tail a little bit and make it fluffy?
You sure can.
Oh, wow, that'll be cool. I think I'm gonna open him up just a little bit. Oh, look at that.
Next thing we can do is add a little drop of glue right underneath his eyebrow
Okay.
and put your googly eye on the glue.
Now, if I decided that I didn't want to put my eye there, is it okay?
Yeah, you can put your eye wherever you want.
Okay, good. Just wanted to know.
Next,
Look at that.
we're gonna make our spots of our giraffe.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start by, you know what? I'm gonna start by ripping up my paper. And I'm just gonna make little rectangles or squares. It doesn't matter what shape they are because the giraffe spots are all different kinds of shapes.
Oh, so that means as I make my giraffe with my spots, mine is different from my neighbor's. Mine will be different from yours, but that's the way it is in the real giraffe world.
That's right. So
Oh,
we're all gonna
wow.
have different
good.
looking giraffes.
Cool.
And that's good. So I just ripped up my brown. Now I can rip up my orange.
Okay. I'm gonna pull.
Or you can choose to just use orange or just use brown, but I'm gonna mix them in together today.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do the same thing. And I might have more orange than brown.
So once I have them all cut up, I'm just gonna, same thing that I did with the googly eye, I'm just gonna put little spots of glue all over the giraffe's body.
Oh, okay. That's the same way giraffes actually look.
And I'm gonna go
Spots
down the legs.
Oh, wow.
And then I'm just gonna cover up all my glue spots with the pieces of paper that I ripped up.
Wow. Cool. This is really good practice in terms of using our fingers and our hands.
And you really don't need scissors for this craft at all.
I like that.
The only thing you really need is the glue. You can also choose to use crayons or markers and decorate your giraffe scene or your jungle scene.
Wow.
I did a little sample here where I colored in the grass. I gave some clouds to the sky and
like
drew some
that.
birds in the sky as well.
That's nice.
So you can choose to do that, or you don't have to do that. You just make sure you write your name on the bottom.
I like this. My giraffe, my Gerald is quite the looker, if I may say so myself.
So we'll say that, he's pretty much covered with his spots. And mine definitely looks different than yours.
It does.
My spots are a lot bigger and more
They
square, and yours are
are.
more like little polka dots.
They
And I like
are. Wow. See? Giraffes can't dance. Wasn't that great? I loved making Gerald the giraffe. Thank you, Nina Parr. She's really good at that. So, what's left for us to do? Our third session is all about the performance, which comes in from our partnership with the Children's Theater of Cincinnati. They'll do a wonderful performance of Giraffes Can't Dance. So you'll find that along with questions that you can ask your classroom after they see the performance. And then we also always include our extended learning activities. You will find them in the areas of math and science and social studies and the fine arts and physical education because there's lots of dancing in this particular story. We also take the time to talk about traditional African food since we were in the jungle, and that's a wonderful way to incorporate culture into this entire book of Giraffes Can't Dance. The one thing that we have included that I mentioned earlier that we're adding to the book boxes, and we'd like to get your opinion on this, is our Reader's Theater. This time we have included the templates for you to make the props so that your class can put on their own production of Giraffes Can't Dance. This is a wonderful activity to put into a workstation so that when students are looking for something to do in bridging time, they can go over and decorate a mask, they can select the character. You can keep it as succinct and as small as just having it done in that particular station. But everything is included with our templates, as you see here, which we're very thrilled that our program manager came up with. And then those templates become the various masks of the animals in the story. We also provide the sticks so that you can create them. It's a wonderful activity, and as I said earlier, it gives you an opportunity to really tie in social emotional learning skills and activities, all based in being able to create your own reader's theater and your own performance of Giraffes Can't Dance. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you enjoy this book, Giraffes Can't Dance. And as always, if you have any questions or you need more information, please reach out to us at learningthroughart.com or call us at 513-242-6028 and ask for Nina Parr. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you soon. Bye.